The league is officially disrespecting greatness, and the silence from the front office is becoming deafening. It started with anonymous leaks in the dead of summer, aimed at systematically tearing down the reputation of Philadelphia's elite. We're talking about blatant, manufactured hatred, rankings that defy logic and narratives that ignore the cold, hard film. But the most dangerous part, this isn't just about bad takes. There's a calculated effort to undermine the foundation of this team before a single snap is played in the regular season. Why are the league's power brokers so terrified of what's brewing in Philadelphia that they need to invent flaws where none exist? Before we dive into the explosive details of this campaign and why the league's insiders are getting it so wrong, smash that subscribe button if you want the fastest NFL updates on the planet. The disrespect is tangible. We're looking at a smear campaign that targets the secondary with surgical precision. Two standout cornerbacks, men who anchored the defense and dominated their assignments, have been relegated to the bottom half of the league's top 10 lists. One executive actually had the audacity to claim that a lack of turnover production holds these players back from being elite. Think about the irony there. The standard for greatness has been twisted to favor high-risk gamblers who chase interceptions, completely ignoring the true metric of a lockdown corner, the total absence of targets. When opposing quarterbacks refuse to even look your way, you aren't just a cornerback. You are a ghost on the field. That is the definition of true, game-altering talent. Yet, the consensus among the league's anonymous scouts is that unless you are padding the stat sheet with lucky tips and overthrows, you aren't worth the top-tier label. It is a fundamental misunderstanding of how elite defenses operate. The best players aren't the ones making the flashy plays. They're the ones making the entire offense change its game plan just to avoid them. Who do you think is really behind these manufacturer rankings? And is the league trying to humble a rising roster? Drop a name below. But the disrespect doesn't stop at the secondary. The narrative surrounding the backfield is arguably even more insulting. We are hearing reports that a star running back, a player who fought through horrific offensive line play and stagnant schemes, is supposedly past his prime. The criticism that he can't produce when things aren't clean. It is a lazy, uneducated take that ignores the reality of playing behind a unit that struggled with health and consistency. Every running back in this league relies on the trenches. To suggest that a player of this caliber is washed because he didn't break out from massive gains on every single play is a slap in the face to anyone who understands the game. The film tells a completely different story. It shows a back who possesses the rare ability to lower his shoulder, keep his feet moving under immense pressure, and turn a broken play into an 11-yard gain. When the line is healthy and the blocking is executed with precision, that is when the true damage happens. The talk of decline is nothing more than noise, a desperate attempt to create a fall-off storyline for a player who is still capable of carrying an offense. Wait until you see how the team's veteran offensive linemen are responding to these critiques, because the reality of their health status is going to change the entire outlook of the coming season. The protection of the quarterback is the ultimate priority, and the news coming out of the trenches is vital. One legend on the right side of the line is being written off due to age and injury history. Yet, those who have spent years studying the nuances of his technique know the truth. When he is 100%, he is virtually unblockable. The sheer discipline shown in his hand placement, his ability to mirror elite edge rushers without relying on raw athleticism, and his capacity to overcome injury to lead his unit is unmatched. The league wants to believe his time is up, but the reality is far more intimidating for the rest of the conference. But what about the rookies? There's a growing anxiety among fans regarding a first-round wide receiver's integration into the system. Whispers about him being left out of offseason gatherings have sparked rumors of a rift or a lack of commitment. This is the definition of a nothing burger. The reality is far simpler: rehabilitation. When a player is nursing an injury, the priority is training camp readiness, not voluntary throwing sessions. The connection between him and the quarterback is already being forged during team activities, and the chemistry is developing exactly as expected. The impatience of the media is not a reflection of the player's talent or his fit within the organization. The scrutiny on this rookie is heavy, fueled by those who want to see him fail to validate their pre-draft biases. They are comparing his trajectory to other receivers in the league, looking for any statistical discrepancy to claim he was a reach. It is a common pattern. Once you put on the jersey, the goalposts move. The accolades from his collegiate career are forgotten, and the hunt for flaws begins. But keep an eye on his development. Once the intensity of training camp hits, the true value of that first-round pick will become undeniable. The final piece of this puzzle is the most controversial of them all: the persistent rumors surrounding a trade for an elite, high-motor edge rusher. The idea of bringing a madman to the front line has been a topic of intense debate. Some argue it is the final piece of a championship-caliber defense, while others worry about the cost and the player's health. The reality is that a front office rarely passes on a generational talent if the price is right. Imagine pairing the existing depth on the defensive line with a player who is considered one of the best 4 edge rushers in the entire league. It would fundamentally shift the ceiling of this team. If the acquisition is possible without mortgaging the future, it would be a move that puts the rest of the league on high alert. The stage is set. Training camp is approaching, and the narratives are reaching a fever pitch. The doubters are loud. The rankings are biased. And the pressure has never been higher. But beneath the surface, there's a belief that this team is being underestimated by design. The season is almost here, and soon enough, the only rankings that will matter are the ones on the scoreboard. The true test of this roster is about to begin. And it promises to be nothing short of a